Excuse me. My name is Leslie Williams, and I'm in San Diego, California. And today's date is 4/19/2013, and I'm going to show you by turning on my cell phone. And while it's booting on, I'm going to talk to you for a few minutes so I can help you understand a preliminary introduction in reference to the part one small section of the psychological operations that are attached to what is known as organized stalking and gang stalking. Gang stalking and organized stalking is not stalking by gangs. Oops, excuse me. What it is it's psychological operations. They're terror campaigns. And what they're designed to do, in part, in reference to the following description, this following description is a section of organized gang stalking expeditions in order to make a target feel stalked and harassed. And this is by no means to be understood to be the full scope of the crime of gang stalking. It's only a very small section, but it is a very effective tool that they use in order to make a target feel stalked and harassed as a result. But before, my cell phone booted on, so I'm going to show you what today's date is, okay? And I do that in all my videos, so I want to make sure I stay in the habit of doing it, even when the time and date is not relevant, because I never can tell I might get off into a sub-issue, and if I do, I might be making a prediction in that sub-issue. So it's always good to make sure that I keep it as a habit, to train myself to show the picture of the date and time. My name is Leslie Williams, and what I'm doing right now is I'm going to fly right into the purpose of this video. And the purpose of this video is to help you understand part of the heinous nature of this crime and the motivation behind it. Okay? Now, I'm going to go ahead and fly right into a couple descriptions that can be used as a metaphor for you to understand and get a holistic picture of understanding intent concerning why they do what they do in reference to the specific section of this crime that I'm going to be explaining. And in order for you to understand that section of this crime and its purpose is to understand these metaphors. And I'm going to go ahead and fly right into them. In organized gang stalking expeditions, in reference to what they did to this one girl, and this can be Googled, the story's online, was they had this girl raped, and as they were raping her, they shoved a sock in her mouth. Then, on subsequent days, the perpetrators who were responsible for the rape got along all of her routes, whenever she was out and about in the community, no matter if she left her home to go to the store, the bank, the post office, the movie theater, anywhere, bus routes, anywhere. They got along her routes as a result of tracking her in her home, okay, which can be done through the hacking of your cell phone, and that can be YouTubed. And so what they did was they basically surveilled her to find out when she would be leaving her home. And as a direct result of surveilling her and stalking her, they got individuals that were responsible for the rape and the people who engaged in the rape to get along all of her routes on the subsequent days after the rape to throw socks along her path, to remind her about the rape and to intimidate her concerning going to the police concerning it. And they literally did this along all of her routes numerous times in each day for over 45 days, everywhere she went. Literally everywhere she went. Say if she left her house the day after the rape and she went to 5 stores on that next day, the next day after that she went to 3, the next day after that she went to 2 and then went to the library. On her routes to each of these separate places she went to on each day, okay, they would get along her path and present socks around her, exactly right in front of her in order for her to see them, and they would throw them in her path as she'd be walking or as she would be inside of a store, as much and as often as possible. And this was done to remind her about the rape. They even got store clerks and managers to walk up to her with packages of socks and say, "Is this your socks? Did you leave them in the last aisle?" To remind her about the rape and to psychologically undermine her concerning how these expeditions can get so many people involved in doing one type of harassment. The rape and the association of the socks to the rape was done deliberately so they could do this around her, okay, to victimize her concerning the actual victimization of the rape, to remind her about it. Now, do you know how, like, when a rape victim will get raped and then they possibly catch the perpetrator or somebody that they suspect did it, And then the court case will go to trial. They try not to put the rape victim on the stand because they don't want to have the rape victim to relive the experience mentally and emotionally in reference to the rape itself. Yes, because it's a psychologically traumatizing event that takes place. Well, in organized gang stalking expeditions, what they do is they traumatize a target, and as the traumatization is occurring, they will do certain physical gestures or use certain objects. They will mention and repeat certain words or phrases as the traumatization is occurring, and they will even go as far as making sure that the target hears specific types of sounds that are going on as the rape is occurring. Now, just stay with me, because if you do, I swear, by the end of this video, this will make total sense to you, and you will think to yourself, oh my God, I cannot believe what criminals we have here. Truthfully, just stay with me. What these individuals do is sensitize targets to not only these types of associations, the socks and the rape, but they will deliberately and intentionally, with complete malice aforethought and criminal intent, associate and sensitize the target to, through association, certain words or phrases, physical gestures, yes, or specific even types of sounds. And these words, phrases, physical gestures, and sounds are words and phrases, physical gestures, and sounds that everybody makes and that every person hears or sees in their everyday experiences. And this is done in order to make sure that these words, phrases, physical gestures, or sounds are anchored in a target's mind and directly associated to a traumatic event. And then what they'll do is reinforce that physical gesture, that word or phrase, or that sound, and they'll reinforce it in the mind to make sure the association sticks by getting around a target on a daily basis and having different people in the community repeat the words or phrases, the physical gestures, or the different kind of sounds. And what they sensitize to our target to, again, are normal, everyday words or phrases, physical gestures, and sounds that people make. And they know it, and that's why they do it. That way, what they can do can blend in normal environments and be used as an excuse to call the target crazy when they complain about it or whistleblow it concerning it. Yes, and this is one of the most heinous aspects of this crime. This crime can be happening towards a person in a library, and people that are in the library just going about their day, minding their own business, don't even have a clue what's really happening to a target. As a result of these words, phrases, physical gestures, and sounds being purposely and constantly repeated around a target for a target to see or hear. It's deliberately and intentionally done, and it's crafted as a result of the target being tracked and surveilled. And they will use anybody and everybody in the community to do it, because a lot of the assistance that these organized crime syndicates get from the system is because they are in the system and because they have the community resources and the connections because of their employment descriptions that are in the system. And how these same employment descriptions can influence even civic groups, church groups, self-help groups, nonprofit organizations, homeless shelters, charities, you name it. Any place that they can wield and use their power position or their badge or a fake badge to solicit the slander to get anybody in the community to do a specific thing towards the target based on the theme of the slander. And this is how it's so effectively done. And if you don't believe this aspect of it in reference to a section of how they can get this done through slander and or a fake badge, is to go to YouTube and type in "listen to a stranger." Yes, it's a good preliminary introduction in reference to you being able to see that a lie and a badge, whether it be real or fake, is a very effective tool. Okay? Now, the reason why I'm making this video is because what I want you to understand is right now in space and time there is literal undisputable proof that I am a victim of this crime in San Diego, California. Undisputable. And I will include as much documentation in the description of this YouTube video that I can in reference to YouTube titles that will take you to YouTube videos that you can listen to and look at by yourself. And make sure that you look in the description of each video because they got cooperating material and evidence in them in order for you to be able to scrutinize it and conclude for yourself. I'm in San Diego, California. My name is Leslie Williams, and I repeat my name in my videos because I want people to see me as who I am, a human being just like you. And I make these videos to inform, to expose the truth concerning the factual realities of where these crimes are happening towards me at, who's involved, the places that are solicited to aid and abet the criminals who are in the system, who are hosting this, managing it, protecting it, and allowing it, and to also speak to you about some of the excuses they use and the methods and tactics they use and environments they might even use to discredit a target because the target is telling the truth. They discredit the truth teller by discrediting the target themselves, by calling them crazy, schizophrenic, bipolar, schizoaffective, paranoid schizophrenic, delusional, crazy, a threat to themselves or others, because these are the types of labels that they, or social deviant of some kind, and these are the types of labels that they put on targets to deflect the truth and reverse the perception concerning what the target is exposing. I make these videos to inform, to expose the truth, so the truth can be known for what it is. Nothing but the truth. My name is Leslie Williams. I'm a human being, and I matter. And so, what I'm going to do is I'm going to fly right into some of this proof. Now, what I did was, I want you to look in the description of this YouTube video also for videos that are going to be in direct relation to the audio files that I upload to this video. Okay? Now, what I'm going to do is, what I do every day is I take a video picture of my cell phone in the morning before I leave a specific area, and I show you a picture of my cell phone so I can show you that, well, I already turned it back off, but you've seen a picture of it already. So I can show you the date and time on the cell phone. Then in the same video, I'll state where I'm going for the day. Excuse me, please. And I'll also make a statement that where I'm going to and on my transportation routes getting there, let's see if I hear gang stalking being said around me even once. And then I'll continue to state, let's see if I hear it like gang stalking, oh my God, gang stalking, oh my God, gang stalking. And if you don't believe me, this evidence is already online, okay? Now, some of the YouTube evidence that's online, only a small section of it hasn't been titled yet, because what they're doing with me, and I'm going to just hurry up and fast say this, is I'm being gang stalked at libraries, university libraries and public libraries, because this is organized crime in the system that's managing this, hosting it, allowing it, protecting it, and staging events. They have me banned from these libraries, and they're using library personnel and security staff to engage in it as well, and that's already been proven. I'm in San Diego, California, and my name is Leslie Williams, because the community notification, which is a law enforcement tool that is supposed to be used to notify the public about actual criminals, they're using it for criminal expeditions. And again, I'm only explaining to you a small section concerning these crimes in reference to a method they use. I'm not explaining the motivation for them. This video is dedicated in reference to explaining one section of one of their methods and some proof concerning how I predicted these methods would be utilized towards me for me to see and hear once I got to places before I got there. And I showed the video picture of my cell phone, which showed the date and the time. Now, I wear this digital tape recorder attached to my undergarments on my chest with the microphone at the top, which rests right below the neck collar. So it picks up everything in my environment, okay? And it's running by date and time. Now, when I get to a place 2-3 hours later after I make a video picture that shows the picture of my cell phone, which shows the date and time, and I state in that video prediction, let's see if I hear gang stalker, gang stalking, oh my God, gang stalking, oh my God, gang stalking, oh my God, said around me at any of the places I'm going to, or the transportation routes getting there. After the video is made, it'll show I was stalked to these places in order for them to put this organized harassment around me, just like they got the individuals around that girl to throw socks around her path, along all her routes. Because what they're doing with her was they were reminding her about the rape through the association of the socks to the rape by getting along her routes and throwing the socks along her path to remind her about it. What they're doing with me is getting along all my routes and re-mentioning gang stalker or gang stalking, gang stalking, gang stalker, oh my God, gang stalking, because they have sensitized me to these words, and they're literally using the name of the crime that's happening to me to remind me that I'm a victim of it, in order to make me feel stalked and harassed. And whoever's hosting this and participating in it is actually engaging in conspiracy, malice aforethought, criminal intent to harass, to cause mental duress, and to make a person feel stalked. All of those are felonies, okay? So what I'm going to do is right now I'm going to stop this video, and then I'm going to show another video. I'm going to make another video, and I'm going to upload again proof that I predicted that I would hear this along my routes yesterday, okay? And then the audio files that show what I predicted coming true in multiple different environments. Now I'm going to upload what happened on bus route 28 today, and tomorrow I'll probably upload what happened in a specific library that for right now I'm calling the L library, okay? But understand this and be clear. These crimes are protected by the system, because Again, the motive is not being explained in this video. When you look at some of my other videos, you'll see me explaining the motive. And once you understand the motive and how I've already stated to you that this is organized crime in the system that's managing this, hosting it, protecting it, allowing it, expediting it, and so on and so forth, you'll be able to see that they had the resources, the tools, and the power positions to effectively set up and craft this harassment for a target to experience. Okay? Now, in part and in closing, I'm going to leave you with a YouTube video that you can research online. Go to YouTube and type in gang stalking bullying on steroids. It shows an individual, a target of these crimes, being gang stalked in Santa Cruz, and he was covered on the news, and I believe it was in February or March of 2011. Santa Cruz is right up the road from San Diego County. Now, he literally states that he is literally harassed everywhere he goes, and that the perpetrators even got on the roof of his house so he'd hear them. Yeah, in order to be able to preoccupy him mentally and neurally concerning their harassment and the fact that he couldn't even relax in his own home because they were harassing him there as well. So that, I mean, the individual is flat out stating, I'm harassed everywhere I go. He literally says, I'd like to be able to go to the tennis courts without being harassed. He literally said it's nerve-wracking because everywhere he goes, he's harassed. And that's exactly what I'm explaining to you concerning the girl who was raped and concerning what I experienced along my route. How they literally had the audacity to get along every single one of my routes and say, gang stalking, gang stalker, gang stalking, oh my god, gang stalker, gang stalking. And I've already undeniably proved they have done this, even after I predicted it. They've done it in environments that I had not gone to yet, that I said I was going to go to in the video prediction, before I even left this area to go to the transportation route that would have took me to those places. I then experienced it on the transportation routes and at those places after the fact, concerning the video prediction, which showed a cell phone picture of, it showed a video picture of my cell phone, which showed the date and time. This tape recorder caught the date and time it was caught, which was a later time than the video prediction, which shows tracking, stalking, and criminal intent to harass. Now, what I'm going to do is shut my mouth and ask you to look in the description of this YouTube video for YouTube titles, or you can go to YouTube that will show you the proof I have in current date in reference to yesterday, 4/18/2013, and you can also go to YouTube and type in Learning Disabled Woman Exposes Direct Conversation Methods, Learning Disabled Woman Catches Gang Stalker Admitting Sent to Harass, Learning Disabled Woman Catches Another Gang Stalker Admitting Sent to Harass, and Learning Disabled Woman Brutally Assaulted on MTS Bus. And then look in the description of that YouTube video to see a blog's URL address, copy and paste it into any search engine, and then when you open it up and look at it, look for an attached PDF link that's titled Assault 11. You'll be able to see that I predicted that assault 11 days before it occurred. Yes. Then go to Google and type in Learning Disabled Woman Exposes How MTS Video is Altered. Yeah, I'm in San Diego. I make these videos to inform, to expose the truth so the public can know what's happening to me. I'm not involved in any illegal activity whatsoever. And I have deliberately and intentionally made sure that I have not connected myself with one person in San Diego. Since I have arrived back in San Diego for the first time since 2006, on August 8, 2011, up to this date, 4/19/2013, I made sure that this time when I came to California, I didn't do it last time when I was out here in 2006, but I made sure, because of what I experienced in Michigan, I made sure that when I came out here in San Diego, my intent and my goal was twofold. Not connect with no one in reference to help, because I already know they infiltrate homeless shelters. I already know they infiltrate charities. It's organized crime in the system that has tentacles out within the community. So they have influence, and as a result of tracking the target, they know where a target's going to. They get on the phone, call the place the target's going to, and influence them on what kind of help the target gets, if they get any help at all, and even using those places to set a target up. I know exactly what I'm talking about. I have been researching this crime for years now, and I've been a target of it for 10, openly. Yes, openly, sometimes directly, and every day overtly. So I know exactly what I'm talking about. So, what I'm asking you to do is take a look at this. All you have to do is think to yourself, go to Walmart and buy a digital tape recorder. Put full power batteries into it, wear it attached to your clothing to where the microphone is sticking out, and then walk about your daily day for 2 weeks straight whenever you're out and about in the community. And then listen to the tape recordings of each time period of when you're out in the community up until you get back home. And when you re-listen to the audio files of everything that you tape, listen to how many times you hear gang stalker being said around you once. For 2 weeks. Do it. Right now in my possession, I have over 500 audio files of it being said around me everywhere I go, every day. Every day for the last year and a half. Everywhere I go. I'm in San Diego, California. My name is Leslie Williams. And if you want to know the truth about these crimes, just look at the YouTube video titles and the information and the cooperating material that's in the description of this YouTube video. And then ask yourself, why won't the San Diego police or the district attorney make a report that I am a victim of this crime? Thank you.